there, you're welcome to His Gov TV, and my name is Collins Nanayao Abebrese. Now, in today's video, I want us to take a look at a very ancient tribe known as the Khoisan. And these people, or these tribesmen, are found in South Africa today. Now, despite the rich history of these people in South Africa today, they are among the least people counted in South Africa, and I mean they are almost like the tribes in the Amazons in Brazil. So in this video, I'm going to show you a very short documentary about the Khoisan because they are the most forgotten tribe in South Africa. I want to just throw light on these people because these are our great ancestors. So I'll show you a very short documentary about these Khoisan people. And then if you have any comments to share about them, if you also have any other knowledge about the Khoisan, you can also share with us in the comment section. Now, who are the Khoisan? Now, these Khoisan people were the first indigenous people to live on the land, of course, that today we called South Africa. And we know that, of course, South Africa is predominantly dominated by the Bantu speaking people. However, these Khoisan people were not Bantu speaking people. They were part of the earliest human movement in the course of the Stone Age, of course, when man was moving around with the hunting and gathering stages. So these people can be considered as aborigines, or the original inhabitants or the owners of the land. So they pre-existed on the lands of South Africa before the Bantu expansion took place from West Africa to spread to north, to of course central, southern, and then to the eastern part of course West Africa. And in case you also want to of course find out the Bantu migration, I have a video of course with regards to the Bantu migration. You can also check. I may include a link in the description as well. So they are not Bantu. The Khoisan is not a Bantu speaking tribe. They don't speak the Bantu language. They pre-existed. They are a pre-Bantu community. They pre-existed before the Bantus came to meet them on the land. But it's unfortunate that today such great people are forgotten, and there are so many things. I'm going to give you just 10 or so facts about these Khoisan people, and then we can come back to share our views, our comments, if you have any, on these people for us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more of these educative contents.
Long before the first settlers arrived on South African shores, there were various groups of people that spread out sparsely across the land. These people, today called the Khoisan, were skilled hunter-gatherers and nomadic farmers who lived off the land. And yet, in spite of their earliest presence on the land, they're among the country's most persecuted people. And even after the fall of apartheid in South Africa, they are among the most forgotten as well. 1. Two different groups of people. The name Khoisan is a blend of Khoekhoen and San, two groups who shared similar cultures and languages. But they were by no means a homogeneous people. In fact, they generally existed in isolation of each other, and used different means in order to survive off the land. 2. They've been assigned a slew of derogatory and insensitive names. Khoisan people have been given derogatory, insensitive and ill-informed names since the first arrival of European settlers. Names, including Bushmen and Hottentots, were used to classify and simplify this diverse heterogeneous group, until eventually the blended name of Khoisan was adopted. 3. Each had different ways and means of living off the land. The Khoekhoen were skilled in the practice of nomadic pastoral agriculture. They maintained large herds of cattle throughout the country, and evidence suggests that they migrated to South Africa from Botswana. Some moved down from the Kalahari to the Cape, while others ventured southeast towards South Africa's high-lying lands. The San, on the other hand, had territories covering regions as far afield as Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa and Lesotho. They are skilled hunter-gatherers who most consider to be the first people living on the land today known as Botswana and South Africa. San people were semi-nomadic, seasonally moving to new regions when water or animals became sparse. 4. The country's first people for 2,000 years. Archaeologists estimate that the pastoralist Khoekhoen and hunter-gatherer San were living in southern Africa for approximately 2,000 years. Archaeologists have uncovered artwork and implements believed to be among the oldest in the world. Though rock art is rare, there are still places in southern Africa where it is visible. 5. Climate change, and the arrival of European settlers, began their sharp decline. It was with the arrival of Europeans, particularly the Dutch in the mid-1600s, that things started to go horribly wrong for the Khoisan. Arriving settlers laid claim to land previously used by these groups. Some settlers placed boundaries and fences around their newly acquired properties in order to prevent passage of people through their land. Many settlers persecuted the people directly. The disruption to the grazing patterns, and exploitation of the natural resources, spread of imported diseases, and various conflicts had a direct impact on the population of the Khoi and the San. Over the subsequent years their populations went into a sharp decline. 6. Democracy has also failed the Khoisan. In spite of the widely accepted belief that these were among the country's first people, they are still among the most neglected and forgotten. Though many thought the advent of democracy in South Africa would result in better recognition of the Khoisan, many leaders from the group claim this has not been the case. 7. They are recognized in the country's coat of arms, but the languages are not official. In spite of recognition in the country's new coat of arms, leaders of the Khoi and San claim they are consistently ignored by the South African government. Political leaders seldom meet with members of the groups, and the various languages spoken by Khoisan people are not recognized as part of the 11 official languages in the country. 8. We may well be witnessing the death of a culture. Today the Khoisan struggle to maintain their traditional way of existence, and we are currently witnessing the end of their hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Many have started to transition into more modern lifestyles, and have shifted to agriculture and herding. This means that many of their original skills and insights, particularly pertaining to hunting and gathering, are being lost. Laws in countries where they once lived now prevent the Khoisan from hunting as they once did to survive. The vibrant languages, in which clicks are used like consonants, is disappearing fast. Traditional music and singing are no longer as prevalent, and the art of making weapons, traditional jewelry and clothing are starting to be diluted by modern Western cultures.
Okay, so this is the story of the Khoisan. And so I don't know of course what you want the South African government to do, but I think that they should be given more recognition, and they should also be protected, because some of these indigenous tribes, they do not actually want to be part of these whole modern things, and always they are conservative. They want to always stay in their lane and do, of course, what they want. They just want to live their life as the way they are. They are not concerned about any of that. And these issues, if you go to the Amazon, it's a great issue there where people are being. So I don't know, of course, your view on these people. Share your view on these people. If you have any other additional information about them, you can also share that in the comment section for us.